Long ago, the ancient gods grew weary and jealous of the mortals' ever-increasing power. They formed a great council and made a pact to withdraw their influence from the realm of Norath. Or so it seemed. Intent on safeguarding their interests, the gods called forth avatars to keep watch over the mortal realm and carry out their commands in secret. Thus the forces of chaos and order maintained their selfish grip on Norath. To weaken and divide the mortals, the legions of war and flame seized the Nexus Chamber upon the moon of Lachlan and rendered the ancient teleportation spires useless. Without the spires or the druid rings to cross great distances with ease, the mortals grew fearful and isolated. The absence of the gods abated the ancient curse that held the bloodthirsty creations of Ralos Zek at bay. A new Relosian empire arose as the vengeful ogres and the hateful orcs built up their forces for a war that would wipe out all who opposed them. But the emissaries of order and light would not let such darkness go unchallenged. These avatars made plans of their own, enjoining the armies of Antonica to rise up and make a stand against the lurking Relosian menace. The ogres grew strong, marching forth from the Theorot to seize the swampland home of the noble Froglocks. Overcome by the Relosian onslaught, the Froglocks fled into the depths of the fetid dungeon Guck. The ogres claimed the swamp as their own and turned their hungry eyes northward to the great city that lay beyond the desert sands. In the frozen north, the orc armies overwhelmed the valiant barbarians, driving them southward to seek protection within the walls of Kinos. The rising darkness seemed unstoppable. To turn back the tide of Relosian aggression, the rival cities of Kinos and Freeport set aside their differences and prepared for an epic battle. In Kinos, the Avatar of Storms gathered his rangers and knights, while in Freeport, the Avatar of Tranquility brought forth the Ashen Order from their desert fortress. But the two cities were vastly outnumbered and seemed destined to fall. The Battle of Defiance was the last stand of civilization against the ruthless Relosian Empire. Just as the forces of darkness seemed certain to prevail, the jealous hand of the gods intervened, crippling the Relosians and allowing Kinos and Freeport to triumph. Though the long and terrible war had ended, Norath's hardships had only begun. Great cataclysms tore Antonica asunder, rending the continent into small islands divided by turbulent seas. No one was certain how many had survived or how many had perished. Then, one dark night, the long-distant moon of Lachlan burst open in the sky, raining fire down upon the lands. Countless lives were lost, and it seemed as if fate itself had turned against the people of Norath. Finally, at long last, the skies grew quiet and the seas began to calm. The kingdoms of Kinos and Freeport sent forth great ships to find refugees ready to aid their cause. For Kinos, to rebuild the world and make it strong again. For Freeport, to expand the empire of the Overlord and conquer all who defy his reign. It is here you must choose whether to follow the path of darkness or light. The time has come for you to arise and embrace your destiny.